Within the self-improvement community, we do a lot of things. We lift, we try and socialize, we fix our nutrition, fix our sleep. And one of the primary kind of parts of it is reading. We read to improve our mind, to gain understanding about the world, to read the great classics, the great works of art in our tradition. But I feel like there's not enough given on how to read. Typically, we get caught in the trap of reading in terms of quantity. We say, oh, let's keep reading and reading and reading. Let's read 50 books in a month. Like, good, reading is good. I never deny it, but we need to learn how to read properly. And I'm here to say that it's not the quantity of reading, it's the quality. Because if you get someone who's read 50 books in a month, like I say, that's a lot, versus someone who's read just 3 books in a month, even one, but he's read it properly. He's read it fruitfully, he's digested it. If relevant, he's applied it to his life. That's that one book compared to 50 books read without much thought is so much more valuable. And that's what I want to talk about today, to introduce the idea of active reading and reading for understanding rather than just for information. Reading's it's a two-party act. The author throws. He throws what he wants you to know, and you catch it. And if an author throws his points terribly, it's gonna be hard to catch. That's what we know as badly written books. If the author throws well and we fail to catch because we don't know how to read the book, well then that's our problem. We need to fix that. We need to catch his points just as well as he throws them. And ideally he throws them well and we catch them well and everyone wins. We gain understanding and the book is great to read. And the primary kind of idea we have to have in doing so is we need to read actively. We need to read with attention, with the intention to grow, and we can't just kind of passively sit back and go along with emotions, read, scan the pages, and it goes in one ear and out the other. That's useless. We're going to read 50 books and maybe remember a few points and then nothing. So rather we want to read with as much attention as possible and with no kind of, with the intention to learn essentially, with the intention to seek new understanding. That's the point. And I also want to make a distinction between information and understanding. Information, they are different. Information is facts, narratives, stories. It's kind of the raw, almost data of the book. What we're seeking, and information is good, it's not inherently bad to know, but what we're seeking is to take more than information away from the book and to take understanding. Understanding is hard to explain and it goes deeper than information, but it's about grasping the nature of the information. What is its significance? What is the application of it in the real world? That kind of thing. And I think you'll know when you see it. If my explanation did do any justice there, but yeah, we want to seek information, and to do that, we pick not just any book. We pick good books, and we seek authors that are superior in understanding to us. The authors must have more wisdom than us, more understanding, more excellence in the particular field of their writing. Because obviously we don't seek out stuff we already know, then we're not gaining any understanding. It's like a physics professor reading a first grade physics book. He knows everything. He's not gaining any understanding. The understanding is in his brain already. What's the point? And that's why we should seek authors who are acclaimed and know what they're talking about and have experience and are superior to us in understanding, so we can bridge that gap and gain our own understanding. And once we've found those authors, we need to seek within their work. Now, this sounds counterproductive, but we need to seek confusion. We need to seek to be confused in the first place. And well, you may ask why? Why seek confusion? Surely you'd want to understand it. Yeah, we do. But if you read something and understand it immediately, well then, congratulations, you already knew it. Whereas if we seek things that confuse us initially, well, we can realize that that initial confusion means we're being challenged. It means we lack something, we have a hole in our understanding. And then from that point, we need to mentally exert ourselves with effort. It takes effort. And it's not going to be easy, this journey that I want to bring you through. It's going to take effort to mentally exert yourself, to kind of digest and process the thoughts you're being communicated. And you want to then elevate your understanding to match the author to the point where you can understand him. It's the points you read and think, hold on, what did that mean? You have to go over and read them again. And once you've read them again, you can kind of understand them better almost. And for some of the best books, that means reading it again and again, maybe putting it down, reading it next month or next year even. And those are the books you want to seek, the ones that to increase your understanding, the ones that have so much depth to them that you want to keep going back and back. You know you missed something, there's always something there that you missed, and that's what your understanding is found. Understanding doesn't have to be necessarily seeing the significance of a new concept. It could be just you have information, but you know how to now apply it. Or you understood a concept, but another author maybe shed light on it from a different perspective, and having those two perspectives made you see it in a more nuanced fashion. It can take many forms, and I'm not going to go over all of them because I don't know all of them. But yeah, that's the idea. It can be in a million different forms, but as long as we kind of see the world differently and understand things more, then we're doing a good job in reading. And that's the main concept in a book called How to Read a Book by Mortimer J. Adler and some other guy. And I'm going to kind of base this series, I suppose, on that book and to try and illustrate the points and communicate them. The most important points, I think. I'm not going to bore you with the whole book, but to communicate the most important points in a way that's hopefully easy to understand. And hopefully, I hope it will help your reading. It's helped mine, and I'm still learning. And I want to make it kind of hopefully a frequent thing so that you can get more out of your reading, learn more, understand more, take the lessons and apply them, and be able to kind of really digest a book properly and to be proficient in reading, because it's a skill like anything else, and people don't really think that. It is a skill, and you should be able to walk into a bookshop and just filter out the bad books from the good, and the ones that are worth your time, the ones that can increase your understanding, the ones that you should focus on. Because I'd rather you focused on one book for a month than 50 books in a month, because you won't understand them. You're not well read if you've just read for quantity, not quality. I'm not a good reader. I'm lacking in that department, let's say, but I know for sure that I read not for quantity but quality. I've only read a few books in the past few months, but hopefully, if I'm not being too prideful, I can say I've read them well. And it takes me a long time, but hopefully we can both, you and me, improve our reading through this kind of the communication of this course, let's call it. And I hope you enjoy.